Hey everyone, I have a subtle message of esoteric nature. Along the same lines as the previous videos. Well, I haven't uploaded them all, but along the lines of empowerment and I basically want to get away from talking like I'm explaining something and directly into the esoteric nature of what our energy is capable of what we are capable of understanding of how energy speaks to us more than what we realize. So empowerment is central to our rising consciousness, and this is a little bit of background, and so that's got to do with our solar plexus, the human strengthening moving forward, following inner felt calling and aligning with that intent. So it's getting through fears, releasing old, just like the butterfly out of the cocoon. It has all it needs, and how does it know when it's ready? You know, so too, like us in different caterpillar stages, or cocoon stages more like it, because we find ourselves in that kind of chrysalis contemplation, trying to find our way out of the past into the present to live more aligned to what's calling us. Because these are the kinds of things we can't explain sometimes, but we just got to go do them. And you can't explain to everybody why you got to do something. They'll see when you do it. And so here's the esoteric nature of that, and why meditation or silent spiritual practices of, just gazing, or where we get silent inside for creative endeavors, maybe bushwalking, hiking, something that allows us to connect to that internal nature. Well, that's the esoteric feeling you're getting in touch with, of how it's your actual energy field that's becoming free. So your soul is, to summarize, coming more online. So you're getting in touch with the inner strength, and it actually, the movement of the esoteric nature is forward, because we're always moving into the new. Energy is always moving onto something. We never freeze frame. So the best we can do is get that stillness, but this is the crucial bit. When you get that stillness, even when you're in motion doing these less mental activities, when you hit those spots that are like, I'm in this quiet place inside now, that's when you dialogue. That's when you don't go back to whatever's been going on, but that's when you can ask your deepest questions. And don't get too heady about it. Don't put so much thought process wording to it. you drop in to that silence and you just get like brutally honest. And I don't mean brutal in a way where you're brutal with yourself, because harsh judgment on ourselves is not the way to go. That just keeps us stuck. It's like you're meeting with the divine, who is your best and honest friend. So if you got anything going on, then you find your way into that strength in there by getting silent, and you recognize it's a strength you have by going in there. And so the esoteric nature, I am getting to this, okay, because we've been so doubtful that, you know, that we're either spirits, or that there is a God, or that, you know, the inner world, you know, we doubt, and it gets put to the side. But we can't avoid it. We don't actually realize that's what we're constantly living. But with the mind being so in charge, you know, we just go ahead with the usual patterning. But with more recognition now to the spiritual practice of there's a strength inside, and you just get quiet with yourself through life, and you learn you can do that at any time, then the dialogue helps you establish that growth. And you walk a completely different terrain, no matter what the terrain looks like on the outside. You have this firm foundation. So when you ask a question, and you got to let it drop all the way through you. The esoteric nature is you're not asking a heady question and waiting for another thought to meet with it of a experience that already exists, of a nature that already has a human answer to it. It's more, you're asking your own unique question for this moment that is surfacing in your life. So I'm kind of saying, understand that there's a bigger world inside that has more understanding of you initially, that needs to open, and that's where you go to find your moment by moment guidance. So when you do this, the esoteric nature is that it gets so quiet in the strength because you're listening more regularly, that when you ask a question, when you drop in and ask a question, you have a clearing where you receive the answer that's not far up ahead. This is the energy of it. Like the humans, given the time and space for this inner world strengthening, that your guidance team is already on it, all of it, knows what's up ahead, knows who you are now, knows all the players of what's around. So don't get too heady about that. Just accept that's a given, that it's directly connected to your energy field when you allow this inner world recognition, and basically for the point of inner world dialogue with this part of yourself, so that you can trust. You continuously create a clearing to receive that connection, that there's a message not far up ahead, and the human is quiet enough to continue on at the spiritual, in the moment, the spiritual trek, the painting, the sitting. You're in this opening, there is a message, and it will connect. This is the energy of it. Like light, like a bright sparkle light. We're answering you, and you're not in a block state. Receive. Now I say it like that because it's all in the quiet. But the quieter you get, the more you'll be able to hear. So you might hear it in words sometimes. I have been hearing more words of higher drop-in message vibrations. I don't need to essentially like auditorially hear them speak to me, but the words are said in the energy field. I've picked up on them. And it's like someone speaking to you, but you don't need to actually hear the sound of it. This is energy. So, you know, we can call it telepathy if we want. But yeah, because back in spirit, that's the kind of communication there is without body form. But it's not like, you don't want to pick up on all sorts of thought. This is just with your guidance, because you want to keep it at that higher, just being guided. And it becomes a strengthened norm. So yeah, I just wanted to get to that esoteric point. That it's light, guidance, persons, quiet, building that inner life. So when a message does, you don't always see a light, but this is what I'm seeing as in the power of a message come into your energetic field. And so it's kind of like when you're ready, you'll receive. So you have to ready yourself in this way of strengthening the inner world. And the beauty of it is that it is there in your silence. And so that's what I hope for everyone, you will strengthen this. And I know a lot of us will. But what I really hope is that Matthias, can you please slow down on the excess pressure around my head right now? It's not amusing. You need to embody and speak what you want. Don't interfere with my field. So getting into that hope I want for everybody is that we allow that space to open up and receive. That messages can actually get to us. And we do that with trust. In that connection developed, we can pick up quicker on what we want. Because not only do we have those guides assisting us if we're asking for direction, say that's our question, or we're wondering to ourselves how in the hell we might be able to do something, that's another question to the guides. So that might be a closer message to you than you realize, because they're waiting to help you take every step. So the one that I was just talking about, like a light that goes off, say, on the edge of your sphere, like your arm length kind of sphere. On the edge of your sphere is something just up ahead you're working toward. You get a clear indication, like a stream, that you're on the right track of point. You know, it's all on the esoteric, energetic nature. You can feel this. But like I said, it could be something that you are wondering, how in the hell do I do this right now? Like, after I finish this walk, I've got to go and do something. So you ask the dialoguing question. And you really do open the chest part, because you're not stuck down with the mind at the gut in the solar plexus, thinking like the 3D human, and hitting the same walls, which is a common thing for our 3D world, because we feel like we're in so many limits. But when you build the inner world, the solar plexus is clean, clear, and shining up and out more, and doesn't have a problem 360 in faith, trust, because it's practiced the wholeness connection. The wholeness connection. Your heaven on earth, wholeness connection. Supported, guided, loved. Open up. Like the butterfly wings in flight. You can trust. Whenever you find yourself needing chrysalis, like clarity, take a moment, feel into your whole cocoon, and the butterfly does get unspoken guidance to do with the whole divine process, just like we do. It's all a divine process, walking this life and any life. We're never here alone. We just don't get to see everything because we're here for our earthly experience. But we do get to rise in consciousness to assist the planet and have more heavenly awareness of assistance. And that's the time we're in. How awesome. So put those wings together and then flutter them out. So come home to self, check in with the esoteric nature, practicing meditation, sitting quietly, and it doesn't need to be a long term like you don't have to sit for long periods of time. You sit for authentic presence periods of time. Bring yourself home and clear through the breath, and just sit and appreciate your body here now, and let everything peel away through the breath, just like you do in other breathing practices like the ones I've mentioned, or any others where you can instill being in all the layers of you in the quiet or in nature, you know. All right, that's it for now. Happy flying.